Hi, I am sharing this because you need to know that spiritual realities are very real. And so, I will let you listen to how a very great special person named Petrus Romanus, to whom I will introduce to you later, has translated the experience of hell that he was allowed to experience for a few moments in a way that all viewers will be able to understand. Petrus Romanus said, and I quote, "Remember, hell is eternal. The people there know to the very core of their beings that they can never escape that reality. The people in purgatory have a very different experience as they know that their experience of hell will end." That being said, can you now understand the difference between hell and purgatory? There are different levels of hell, and each level involves different degrees of torments, the deepest being the worst. But now I will share with you an understanding of simply the state of being that they all experience, the situation they find themselves in, apart from the torments, because that is in fact what Jesus revealed to Petrus Romanus several years ago for just a few minutes. The state of being in hell can most easily be understood in our physical reality if you were to imagine yourself in the following scenario. Petrus Romanus explained it like this. You suddenly find yourself in a very small inflatable life raft in the middle of a calm black ocean at night. It is pitch dark. There are no stars in the sky and no light whatsoever, and there never will be. There is no wind, and there never will be. There are no waves, and there never will be. Trying to paddle does not move you or change your position in the water. There is no one else there to call out to. The nearest shore is 10,000 miles away, and you will never get there. There are no ships, and there never will be. No one can hear you, and you can hear no one. There is no point in praying because you know that God cannot hear you. If you do, and you have no desire to pray, and you know that you could not if you wanted to, because you can no longer even imagine a word to pray with. There is no love, only fears, doubts, worries, anxieties, and every other bad feeling you have ever experienced happening all at once. There are no consolations. There is no relief whatsoever, and you know that there never will be. There are only regrets and memories of every sin that you ever committed being played over and over again. Those regrets and those sins become your only channel on your eternal television screen in your interior life. And hope does not and cannot exist in that place, from which there will never be an escape. How is your experience now? It's not over. I'll explain further. Petrus Romanus was also given another intense vision that I wish to share with you. This is how he explained it. I saw a vision of a rectangular tunnel going downwards at about 30 degrees, much like the one in the image, but not the same. Unlike the above image in this article, in the true spiritual reality, there is no railing, and the stairs on the left side of the tunnel go continuously down with no platforms. However, on the right side of the tunnel, separated by about the same distance as the ones in the above photo, are platforms on which people can take a break in their descent. The lighting is similar to the lighting in the photo. However, there are no electric light fixtures. Instead, the stairwell is simply illuminated or revealed in such a way that the person on it can see about the next 5 levels downwards as they descend deeper into that blackened hole. A person descending can turn right to stop at a level if the Most High True God permits the stop. But once a person is on a platform and they are commanded to continue their descent, they must do so. And as they walk back towards the stairs, they can only be aware of the option to turn right towards the descent. Just for a thought, is this because they believe that sin was the right thing to do? For them, it is as if the ability to turn left and go upwards is removed from their sight, their desires, their awareness, and their will. In fact, they can never even look up the stairs because they are simply not able to do so, nor do they desire it. The act of leaving the platform is the act of returning to the descent deeper into hell. How deep? Jesus Christ the Lord has revealed that the enemy of souls is at the deepest level. Jesus Christ the Lord has also revealed that the religious leaders and teachers in hell, whose job it was to shepherd souls to their Creator, but who knowingly sold out, believe it or not, their level of hell is actually below that of the doctors in hell, who ended up there because they did not repent after committing abortions. That is a brief lesson in eternal moral relativity, by the way, just to set the record straight. Remember, the act of knowingly harming the soul is worse than harming the body, because the soul is eternal. And so why is this knowledge important? Why is it worth taking the time to share this? Because every time anyone takes on a member of the faithful remnant, Jesus Christ the Lord has revealed that they go deeper into hell. At this point, are you confused? I will make this clear for you. Who is Petrus Romanus and who are the faithful remnant, you might wonder. Petrus Romanus is also called Pope Peter the Last, and he is the last true pope of this era, leading the true faithful remnant church through these times of great tribulation. He also fulfills another major role in the Bible. Petrus Romanus, along with his wife Mary Romanus, are also the 2 witnesses mentioned about in the book of Revelations, chapter 11. Now, let me reveal to you some very hard, unchangeable truths. On December the 25th, 2012, the spiritual mark of the beast was administered on all souls above the age of reason, save the 2 witnesses, by the angels from heaven. And Jesus came as a thief in the night and took back the souls and free wills of all of them. And so they ultimately ended up without souls. And on December the 25th of 2015, all those who rejected the antidote offered by the Most High True God received the spiritual mark of Cain, where their souls were returned, but with the full torments of hell. Now, a special note from Pope Peter the Last. While speaking to them, that is the 2 witnesses, Jesus has often described the true spiritual reality of those in the beast state with the words, "They can only go deeper." But what does this mean? How can this be understood with the human intellect? After all, elevators and stairs go up and down. And so how is it possible that someone can only go down? And the answer to this was given through that vision I revealed to you before. And the vision I have shared with you explains the true spiritual reality of those who have received the mark of the beast and the mark of Cain. You might want to watch it again and get a better idea of your true spiritual reality if you are still outside the faithful remnant church of the Most High True God. But the scales are balanced, because these are the most joyous times as well for the true faithful remnant of the Most High True God, because countless gifts and blessings are coming their way as an antidote to hell's portal, that is the CERN portal that was opened by the Illuminati on September the 23rd of 2015. You can find more proof and read more about that in the testimony of the two witnesses. Many people have chosen to take the two witnesses on, and when they do, we have been instructed by our Creator to commend them to the immediate divine justice of the Most High True God. This makes the holy angels very busy, by the way. And after that happens, we often wonder, because of human nature, so what happened? What happens to them as an immediate consequence to their poor choice, as in the choice to be even more spiritually poor? Jesus consistently revealed to the two witnesses that they only went deeper. People who have read the testimony know that Jesus has often spoken of the downward spiral, the spiritual descent that most people in these end times have knowingly embraced. And that spiral is in fact very similar to the spiral of the water in a toilet bowl, just for the record. But unfortunately, that spiral implies that there is a certain momentum of going downwards. And after people begin their descent, there does in fact come a time when you just can't reach down and pull them out without exception. Consider this a warning. The point of no return will soon be upon all those in the beast state and those who receive the mark of Cain. And that time in human history is rapidly approaching. Get used to the spiritual reality. There is absolutely nothing you can do to change it, to change this present course of the true spiritual realities. You can, however, still use the blessed holy water and become a member of the faithful remnant with what little humanity is left inside the mere shell of a human being that you currently occupy, referring to those outside the faithful remnant, of course. But that option is solely between you and your Creator. And so, to make a long story short, we are not afraid of anything the assailants may try to do. But those who take us on will be very afraid once they realize where they find themselves. And unfortunately, that fate has already befallen many of them, once that exciting roller coaster ride of a downward spiral finally stopped. And when that revelation finally dawned upon them, they realized that they found themselves in a situation, in a spiritual reality, where they are simply unable to warn the others on their team to change course. That spiritual reality was described quite accurately in the Bible, in the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, and I quote, Abraham said, "Between us and you a great chasm has been fixed, in order that those who would pass from here to you may not be able, and none may cross from there to us." And he said, "Then I beg you, Father, to send him to my father's house, for I have 5 brothers, so that he may warn them, lest they also come into this place of torment." But Abraham said, "They have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them." And he said, "No, Father Abraham, but if someone goes to them from the dead, they will repent." He said to him, "If they do not hear Moses and the prophets, neither will they be convinced if someone should rise from the dead." And Moses and Elijah did speak to the two witnesses, and it is recorded in the testimony of the two witnesses. You can read what they said at the link that I have attached in the description box below. And if you reject their testimony, you will find yourself in the same place the rich man ended up. Jesus Christ the Lord, the Most High, true God, who is also your just judge, has revealed through his testimony that hell is very real and that many souls go there. He also revealed that many souls, especially many Christians, have been deceived with a preconceived notion that there is no hell. But if there is no hell, and if heaven is a place where souls want to be with Jesus, then where do the souls go who refuse to be with him, who refuse to accept him and love him, who decide to be filled with hate instead? That is where the proof is. According to Jesus Christ the Lord, the biggest lie the devil uses is that the devil does not exist and God does not care. The truth is that the devil does exist and the people do not care. And man has used the gift of his human intellect to distance himself from his Creator. And remember, according to Jesus, it is love to tell someone the truth, no matter how uncomfortable that truth may be. Remember, Jesus once said while dying on the cross, and I quote, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." End quote. Unfortunately, with the revelations that are now revealed in the testimony, no amount of willful neglect of the truths in the testimony will allow anyone to escape the divine justice of the Most High True God, even if those neglects are only embraced by an ambassador of the country in which a person lives. You can see the bottom section of the page on the website of the Most High True God, testimonyofthetwowitnesses.com, and go to the title "The End" if you need a further explanation of what this means. An interesting trivia reminder. Next time you wish hell oh, remember that reality you wished waiting for you. So choose wisely.